Hello guys and welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews. Today we're looking at Black Clover chapter 46, an amazing chapter with a crazy ending, and I can't wait for next week just to get that out of the way. But before we get into the nitty gritty details of the actual chapter itself, I do want to say that thank you for everyone that has been watching my videos. I greatly appreciate any comments that you are putting there, likes, thumbs up, dislikes, whatever you're doing. Please by all means continue doing what you're doing. If you're liking what I'm doing, please show me a thumbs up. If you dislike what I'm doing and you know I can improve on it, please put the thumbs down but tell me where I'm going wrong so I can improve. As always, please continue showing me your support, and if possible, please subscribe on my channel either by clicking on my my actual page itself or clicking on the thumbnail below. And in any case, those that don't have desktop and aren't using desktop to watch this video and will be using the mobile phones or tablet devices, I will leave a link in the description how to subscribe as well, to make it easier for yourself. But without further ado, let's get into the chapter. So the chapter itself is a continuation of the last chapter where we saw Gouch and Asta combine their attacks to effectively create a cloning type of technique, because we know that Gouch has the mirror double technique, so he can create a clone of himself, but he's got this glass magic eye that he's been hiding, which he stores all his magic mana in. So he unleashes that and creates multiple doubles of Asta to kind of reinforce and push forward his attack, because the only thing that was really working against the mud monster that was Barros was Asta's attacks. So we see that this is successful, and effectively Barros is down and out, as well as Sally. So there's a release of stress. Everyone's de-stressing a little bit. Everyone's happy to see that it's gone through, and they're showing their joys. There's a comment mentioned by Sister Teresa to say that the flowers that are the young ones that are coming up to going to be nice are blooming beautifully. So essentially that the ones that are coming up have the potential to go really far. Unfortunately, this is interrupted by one last ditch attack by Barros whilst Asta has his back turned, which is intercepted by Barros' younger brother. Barros' younger brother effectively freezes his older brother to stop him from attacking further. It then goes into a flashback, which effectively covers the childhood of Barros and his younger brother, and it shows Barros' younger brother basically crying as a child, and his older brother providing him with a mud doll because of the magic he was aware of at that time. He basically thinks to himself, I'm sorry that I had to do this, Barros, to his older brother. And at that point, Barros' younger brother then tries talking to Asta, basically saying he wants to atone for his sins and he would like to give himself up, but once he's actually atoned for his sins, if it would be possible for them to be friends. And Asta goes, yep, no problem. Thank you for saving me. And he wants to say thank you back, and you can see he's ready to say his thank. Boom, he gets attacked. A light attack comes out of nowhere, puts him out, and before you know it, he's out for the count. Gouch tries to do something, boom, he's out. Gouch has been taken out as well. So literally within a space of a couple of seconds, Gouch is down, Barros' younger brother is down. To what the first thing that happens is Lady Teresa or Sister Teresa responds, says, come on, Asta, get over here quickly, and she puts up a kind of a shielding type of spell. But before she can really get the full effects going with it, she gets attacked, and she's full of what looks like kind of light darts, and she's down for the count. So the only person that's left is Asta and the kids, and he's in a predicament now, because he's like, what the hell do I do? Who is this new enemy? What is going on? Before Gouch was actually put out, he says this mana is something he's never felt before. So the guy that's actually turned up is something to be reckoned with. He's a monster. And it turns out to be the revelation. This chapter is the revelation of the leader of White Knight Eye, the renegade group. And his name is Licht or Liked. Licht, whichever way you want to pronounce it. I'll call him Light. And basically, he looks a lot like the leader of Golden Dawn. So Golden Dawn, you don't see much of him. You see basically this part covered, and you see pretty much his jawline. So they have very similar facial features. Now, the leader of Golden Dawn, to be honest with you, is a bit of a shady looking individual based on what he says, because he mentioned about using Yuno as a pawn for his plans, and basically it it seems a lot like that he's possibly going to be the one that's the bad guy. Now, I could be wrong. It could just be like his twin brother, his clone, or his relative, or something like that. But the dude's powerful, and he's in the #1 guild, the next person that's closest to become the next Sorcerer Emperor. So you can see how if you kind of put them kind of questions and those clues together, it's quite possible he's the one. But in any case, Asta's thinking, what the hell do? I couldn't even see any of his moves. He gets his sword out, so he's got a broadsword that can actually deflect attacks and cut magic, and he's got a smaller sword, as we've seen, so he's got the double sword attack that can effectively kind of send energy attacks, kind of similar to how Zoro is in One Piece, where he can kind of send traveling attacks, like a distance attack. But before he can even do anything, his area's already been intercepted, and the guy's behind him, and he goes, do you think that's really gonna work? And it's like, what do you do against a guy that's this fast? I mean, the only person would be Kronos, who's the Sorcerer Emperor, and he controls time, and he struggled with this guy. So I don't know if there's other levels to his ability, but when they kind of clashed, even though he didn't know he was the king at the time, so the leader at the time, he even noted that this guy's quite powerful. So it's interesting to see who's going to be able to kind of tackle this guy. And also an interesting point that was mentioned, like basically said, why have you got that grimoire? So he's got a link to the grimoire that Asta holds. He goes, I'm taking that grimoire back. So he goes in for attack, and basically it gets parried. Now, who does it turn out to be? None other than the leader of Red Bull, Asta's captain, Yami. Now, Yami turns up, he blocks the attack, and he gouges like, oh, what is he doing here? Kind of like half dead. And to which Asta also says, what the hell are you doing here, mate? And he goes, what do you mean? I got lost. I'm here for directions. But the thing is, I'm saying it like this, but he does it in such an epic way. It kind of reminds me of the 90s with Arnie with his one-liners. He goes, I'm here for directions. So you can only imagine how this battle is going to turn out. The best way I could potentially see a cool-down chapter ending is with a rising tide of epicness to end the actual chapter. Now, here's the interesting thing. We've seen the aftermath of what the captain can do, because we've seen the fact that he's beaten people. There's been kind of mentionings of his abilities, because Gouch says he's the one person I couldn't defeat. I was so incompatible to beat him. And also one of the earlier enemies in the dungeon arc says he was such a person I couldn't even figure him out. So you can see that the battle prowess of Yami, the captain of Red Bull, is something to be reckoned with. But at the same time, the fact that the leader took out Fuego and took his arm in the process, and Fuego was no pushover by all means, shows how powerful this person can be. We have to wait to see next chapter. I really want to see them go all at it. I'm thinking it's going to get interrupted. Please just join the journey if you haven't caught up so far. Get on top of it. Get up to date and watch this process with me, because I'm looking so forward to this next chapter. Please, let's see a drawn out battle. Let's not get interrupted. I want to see them fight. I want to see what they're capable of. That's all for me today, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Please share it with your friends. If you like what I'm doing, like I said, like it. Put in the comments what you like, what you don't like. If you dislike it, by all means give me a thumbs down if you don't think I deserve a thumbs up. But also let me know how to improve. And please just show your support by subscribing to my channel, and you'll see more of this. I'm doing regular reviews on a regular basis, so make the most of it and get subscribing.